first event that happens. You don't get to choose what event happens. You don't get to choose whether your event is an elephant bar or a bull 180 or a tail bar. You don't get to choose that. But in truth, you should just wait for whichever one presents itself first, of course, in the right location. And then that's yours. You don't question it. You don't think about it. You don't analyze, and you don't choose. It's not your ego's position to say, I don't like that one. I like this one. That's ego. You take whatever the market presents to you. Now, that's easy. That's easier for me to do because I predominantly trade 1 to 2 things. Not 100%, but 1 to 2 things. So it's easy to do that than if I were to have 10 things. But you still have to try to get yourself to that point where you take choice out of the equation. And choice comes from the ego. Choice is ego trading. Until the ego gets replaced. What does the ego get replaced with eventually? The ego gets replaced with experience. Experience, ultimately, when it grows up, becomes the new CEO. Experience becomes the ruler. And ego fights against its replacement vigorously. So, no choices, no guessing, no analysis, just whatever says, boom, here I am. That's your destiny, and you play out your destiny. You guys understand this? Whatever happens first is yours. It's not for you to choose. This makes the game so much simpler. Okay. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. Oh, wait, I don't even have charts up here. Get some charts up here first. All right. So, guys, we've got a deeply down market here today. So, most things obviously are gapping down this morning. Get this one first. Got the first minute out of the way. All right, so let's keep an eye on JD. I'm going to go into the short here, Baba. I'm going to play it with the idea that it's likely going to bounce. All right. This is going to be, Microsoft is looking like an interesting short. You've got, what is MU doing? No, what's Twitter doing? Twitter looks interesting here. But, it's best to wait for these things to get past their full 2 minute here. What's happening here? Okay, JD has broken the low of its first 2 minute bar. So there's your official short. But, this is the type of short, in my opinion, where, again, you've got to play it for the possibility that it bounces into that gap. It gives you a higher sell. So you can't play these heavy when the gap is like this. So you play them normal to light, okay? And you give the stock the ability to bounce into that gap without you becoming nervous because you're so heavy, Now with these gaps, I want you to mentally fill the gap in your mind. Pretend as if the gap didn't happen. Let me get my pen up here so I can show you. Okay, so what you got to do here. Fill the gap in. So that now you have, mentally at least, an idea of what you're dealing with. Let's take that 50% level and know where that is, more or less. Right? That'll keep you pure in what you're thinking and feeling. Right? I'd love for Baba to get up into that gap. I don't know if it will, but see. The other thing, despite the fact that I do a lot off the open, traders, I don't, sometimes the open can be your enemy, right? What I mean by that is sometimes the open beats you up. So one of the things I'm going to remind you of, if you're experiencing that phenomenon where I'm just really getting killed off the open, then drop the open for a while. And what you do is you wait for the market to show you its first power move. So this might take 15 minutes, or what have you. But you need a multi-bar first move, And once the market gives you that, then you play retracements opposite of that move. So if it's a big up move, for instance, if you get this first, right? Oh, something like that. Then you say, okay, that's the market is showing me the first move. Then you wait for, you collect all the first moves. You might have 3 let's say, in your universe. You wait for the best pullbacks that stay in the top 50 or the bottom 50% if it's short, and you play the secondary plays, you see? The other thing you can do if you're getting beat up off the open, right? And Twitter's turning around really big here. Well, the other thing that you can do, so Twitter has shown you the first move, right? So this means that a non-open trader is now going to play Twitter on a pullback if the pullback, as long as the pullback's not violent and stays in the upper 50%. The other thing you can do if you're getting beat up off the open is to become an RBI GBI specialist, a narrow range bar specialist. This is what Dan focuses on a lot with you because he wants you to be as safe as possible in the trade. So, a lot of people say, Dan's way of trading is very different from Oliver's. It's not. It's just that he focuses on one specific area with you that I've taught him and I've taught you is all narrow range bars. All right. So that's what I encourage that you do. If you are just not good at the open for a while, play only RBIs, play only GBIs, play only narrow range bars. Don't drop the big bar events. It's all important. Yeah. So much more at the bottom of that tail, but it's not a bad play there. Not a bad play. Boom, 3,700. Couple minutes there. Nice. So I have to admit that I played that pretty masterfully. Let me show you. All right, but I had close to 5K with this at the low. I just didn't get filled on everything at that low. But this needs 700. Boom. Con mis verecitos. All right, anybody else making money? ¿Quién está ganando? ¿Quién está ganando conmigo? Nice, nice. Dinerito, dinero, money, mula, dead presidents, Benjamins, platica, todo. So guys, I went in initially, right? I went in initially on the, let me get the red color here. I went in initially on the Baba short right here, but I did it light, which is what I explained to you. I'm going short here, but I'm going short with the idea that it's going to bounce first. Now listen to me carefully. So when I do that, I go light because I really prefer the bounce. So a lot of traders say, well, Oliver, if you're really playing it more for the bounce, why don't you just wait for the bounce? Why is that? Because 50% of the time it will not bounce and I will miss it. So I've learned through my experience that for me, it's best to get in there small. And the 50% of the time it just doesn't bounce. Okay, I make money. I don't make as much as if it bounce. And that's my real play. But I still don't miss money either. So I go in, but I go in small. We're smaller than I would. But the real play that I'm hoping for is the bounce. So starting right here, just under 170, I start getting in the play. And I'm willing to play it up in different ranges like this, you see? All the way up. But I should do these bigger. So this was the first start of what usually is a three-pronged play for me, right? On the way up. And I'm playing back into the red bar. Yes. So anyway, only got the first rung or the first group of additional shorts. And then it fell. Boom. Now down here, I had close to 5,000, not quite 4,000 change. So the bounce up was really strong. So I'm trying to get in this new low territory, trying to get it all, but thinking that there's not thinking, but going for more push below. I got part of it, but not all of it in that new low territory. Does this make sense? What I just explained to you? Now you understand? That's my most important job here, is to make what I do sensible to you, and then I know I've done my job correctly. Because you can pick this game up through osmosis as well. Like if you're around someone that does it right most of the time, I don't do it right all the time. Nobody does. That does it right most of the time. You pick that up through osmosis, And if that person talks to you, explains things, then you pick it up faster. Glenn's looking for guarantees. What planet do we live on? We live on planet Earth, where there are no guarantees for anything. So you cannot guarantee that you get filled ever. If you don't get filled, then you have plan B. So I didn't get filled on everything down here. All right. So I start coming out here, but I got orders all the way down, right? But then it fills me down here. So it fills some layers, then it moves back up. So then I have to plan B is kill it here. Came off the low. But how can I guarantee I get filled down here? There's no way. No way. Limit orders? Well, is there any other type of order for a professional? You can't place market orders. You've left that world of being a novice placing market orders, right? So no professional will ever place a market order. What other orders are there? In the mid orders. As your size goes up, guys, the importance of, yes, alt 1 and 3, if you're, like I had to, these are all control orders, right? On the way down. So these are placed ahead of time. But as it moves up, I have to alt out of this. Of course, I have to alt out. So I alt in, I control out of some, but I alt out of the last amount, right? Because it's moving against me. But that should all be, that's ABC stuff for you by now, hopefully. But as your size, guys, as your size goes up, the importance of execution goes up as well. See, for many of you, executions aren't all that important because you're shooting 1 and 2 lots out there, 1 and 2 shares. But when a lot is 5,000 shares for you, and 3 lots is 15,000, execution becomes a lot more important because every penny is a lot. So if you, like, this is why I get upset when I see traders entering 7 cents away from the proper entry. I'm like, do you understand that that's thousands of dollars that you are giving up? That why are you entering so late? Why are you not getting the exact penny that you're supposed to be getting? Because you're only trading 200 shares. So you should get the exact penny. Because if you're a sloppy executioner, then as your trades get bigger in size, you're going to see how much money over a lifetime you're giving up. And every penny is meaningful. So executions become almost everything there. The ability to get there first, the ability to place those orders ahead of time, long ahead of time. Get those orders stationed there in the right locations. Setting up your hotkeys where you've got, right now you might have 3 cents. Your controls are 1 cent and 3 cents. You might have to add 20 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents. Get those orders placed depending on the price range that you're playing in. Get those orders shot up there. All right, 10 cents, 20 cents, 75 cents. Boom, get those orders placed there before the stock gets there. Be able to switch and turn, shift modes in the blink of an eye and get out right now, this instant. So those things become more and more important. But see, the power of this move up told me I got to get out. This wasn't just a shorting move up. This was like, oh shoot, this is forming a bottom bar here. You know. So the power, PayPal did the same thing. I'll show you. PayPal, the violence of this bar here, this tail bar, would have been for me like I got to get out of this thing. Because sometimes the move up, if I miss all of it, let's say it doesn't hit all of my orders and it starts moving up, I'm like, okay, I'll wait for the next play, right? But it depends on how it moves up. If it moves up violently, no, I'm just killing it. Andrew's asking, I don't understand your question, Andrew. How can I distinguish when a stock moves to fill the gap with tiny bars between a powered trend and reluctance to advance? I don't understand what you're saying. I don't quite understand that. Okay, I see. I think you're saying, what's the difference between a shortable move up and a power trend? Is that basically the question? All right, so you're saying the first bar is a bull elephant bar. The first bar is under the Fab 4, but it is a bull elephant bar, like that, so under the Fab 4, and then you've got small bars up like that. You're saying like that? Okay. Well, if you get this elephant bar here, and you're waiting for a move up to pick a short point, the best short points will not be near this elephant bar. So this is, for instance, this would not be the greatest short right there because you're so close to the elephant bar. So the best short would be away from the elephant bar, right? So now you have distance from the top of that elephant bar, right? But then can this move up be so bullish that you question the short? Absolutely. And one of the keys is this move up producing multiple RBIs? Then I'd be really careful because multiple RBIs tells me power trend, right? So the gradual multiple RBI move up is a questionable short, even though it's filling the gap. All right. Awesome. That's right. That's what I'm here for, guys. I'm here for that. Clearing up your doubts, getting your questions answered, wiping away some confusion if you have it. That's what we do here. It's a combination of you learning through your own experience in your own trading and learning here with me. And it's these two. You go back out there, you learn from your own, you gain your own experience, and you record that experience. You learn from that experience of yours. Then you bring that experience back to me with some doubts, some questions. I get them answered. You watch me trade. I explain certain things. Boom, tighten you up, give you an aha moment. provide a little bit of motivation. Boom, you go back out there on the field, gain some more experience, record that experience in your journal that experience. Gain some realizations with that, bring that experience back to me, bring your questions, some doubts, clear things up. You watch me trade, you listen to what I say, tighten you up again, boom, then you go back out there and you play the game again. Gain your experience, record that experience, come back with me. And it is that seesaw, or that back and forth, back and forth. In sports terminology, it's like you come back to the locker room where I am. We go over the plays. We discuss things. We talk about this topic, that topic. We get this cleared up, answer your question in the locker room, then get you motivated. Rah, rah, rah. Now go play the game. You leave the locker room, you go on the field, you play the game, you get beat up a little bit sometimes. Boom, you come back in the locker room again. That's where I am. You go to work on some things, get some questions answered. I show you what you're doing wrong sometimes. Boom, get you riled up again. All right, go play the game again. Boom, we'll put you back out there on the field. You get played. And it doesn't matter if your experience on the field right now is a win or loss. That's not important. What's important is that you play the game and you keep coming back to the locker room. It is somewhere in that process of play the game, come back to the locker room. Play the game, come back to the locker room. At some point, it happens. Now, some people, here's what happens. I start off with 100 players, all right? They go out on the field, right? 95 players come back to the locker room. What happened to the other 5? They just don't want to come back out. All right. Boom. Go back on the field. Get beat up a little bit, come back to the locker room. Now there's 92 players. Should have lost a few more. And it's in this process of back on the field, come back to the locker room, back to the field, come back to the locker room. And the group gets smaller and smaller every time they come back. The quitters. Oh, this is not for me. I don't want to play the game anymore. I never lose anything. Why am I losing in this? This must be a scam. Something's not right. It's wrong. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not playing anymore. Those people get wiped out by the process. And at a certain point, you get down to the people who are not going to leave. They're not going to stop. They're just going to keep going no matter how long it takes. That's the core group. And at a certain point in that process, one person gets it. Boom. I got it. Maybe another point. Somebody else gets it. Boom. There's another one. But that point is unique to each and every one of you. Understand? It's not something I can predict. It's not even something you can predict. You just have to keep the process going and just wait for it to happen. That day will happen if you don't stop. But is it 5 years from now? I don't know. Is it 5 months away? I don't know. Is it 5 days away? I don't know. For me, I just didn't stop until it happened. I wouldn't stop. You got to find a way, no matter what it takes, to stay alive until it happens. Do you understand what I'm saying, James? All right, let me get to this question here. Let me scroll up. Thank you. Oliver, I always find myself in winning position and exit too early. How can I prove that? Andrew, you have the same problem I've had almost my entire trading career. All right. So as you're saying, well, Oliver, I'm good at getting the winners. I just come out early. All right. So this is something that I have battled my whole trading career. That I increase my accuracy to a level that makes most people say, wow. Okay. But my plays would always almost go far beyond where I exited plays. Now, even when I became a really successful, consistently profitable trader, this was my number one problem. So what I had to realize is that it's just ingrained in my trader DNA that I'm an early taker. So then I stopped trying to combat it or eliminate it and started trying to mitigate it and use it. So both things. I try to use that to my benefit. How can I use coming out early to my benefit? How can that be a plus? And then also, how can I minimize the negative effect of it? So I did 2 things. When do you think coming out early is required? I want to see if I get someone that knows the right answer. When is coming out early absolutely necessary? All right, yeah, that's true, Santiago, that's right. That's right. Santiago, that's right. Joyce, that's right. So what I'm really saying, Ryan, that's right. When you start to play size, so I teach you to come out on the 3rd push, right? So you get in here, boom, 1 push, 2 push, 3 push. So you're coming out here. But as this entry gets more sizable, you would start to come out here. And if you make that entry even more sizable, then you come out on every push. Push 1, push 2, and push 3. Right? So first you start here, then you start coming out here as you play bigger, then you start coming out here as you play bigger, here as you play bigger, right? So the big sizable player is always coming out, like that's what you see me doing. All right. So if I enter here, I'm already starting to come out, boom, 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 all the way up. So the stock is moving into all of my sell orders. Right? So what did I do to combat this? How did I make coming out early work for me? I start playing heavier. So say if I'm not a player that gets the big part of the move, then I'm going to get the same game, but I'm just going to play bigger. Now that may not be an option for you. So you're going to do step number 2, which is what I did. You're going to play incrementally. So if you're in 2 lots, you're going to come out early on one lot only. And you're going to create a rule for yourself that I don't decide when the second lot is sold. Only the market decides. And you have to let your trailing stop be the decision maker on the second lot. So you let the devil take you out of the first one. The devil is the urge to come out early. Let the devil have that one. Don't fight it. It's almost like feed the devil. Feed him that one lot. Give him that one lot. Now, in your rule book, on the second lot, the devil's quiet. You fed him. Now, the second lot is come out with your trailing stop. It's not your decision. Don't make a decision on it. Let yourself get stopped out. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does this make sense? Sometimes it's not necessary to kill a demon. Sometimes you can keep a demon tame. Feed him. Turn him into a pet. Right? Give him that one. Give the demon that one lot. All right, here's your lot. Here's your little snack. Now I'm coming out when a big bar is violated. As long as a big bar is not violated, I'm not coming out of this trend. Or if you got in a power trend, I'm not coming out until the 8-period moving average is broken. Or if you're far away from the 20, I'm not coming out until the low of the prior bar is broken. Whatever the trailing stop is at the moment, that is what gets you out of the rest. And so now you play both modes. You play the come out early mode and the stop out mode. And this is what took my profitability to a whole new level, the combination. I like it. I like it. Nice tight stop playing off of this bar. Guys, this is called a clearing event, right? So some of you may not know this. This is called a clearing event. Now, it's not just an elephant bar, it's a clearing elephant bar. Why? Because it's clearing out multiple red, right? So whenever you get one power bar that clears out multiple reds, that's called a clearing. That's what I call a clearing elephant bar. So when you have a clearing elephant bar, look at what you can do. When you have a clearing elephant bar, you can take everything to the left of the clearing elephant bar and ignore it. Okay? So now this becomes like your brand new open. So what Eugene was really doing is playing the first RBI, playing the first RBI after an elephant bar. And that's the best way to play the second phase of the market, to wait for clearing events if you can. You know, it's not the only way, but it's a great way. Clearing events. Clearing events are like brand new opens, brand new starts. All right. Some of you were JD. Let me take a look at that before I leave you. All right. I hope you're not short that, because that does not look like it is a short at all. All right. At all. Again, you had a clearing event, right? So look at this clearing event. Why is that clearing? You are eliminating multiple opposite color bars. So now this is like a brand new start, boom, of the day. Clearing event. You guys, just a few of you let me know. You understand this clearing event thing? Clearing event. Okay, you got PayPal, clearing event. See the clearing? And away. So this is not a clearing event. See this fat green bar? That's not a clearing. It does not clear out data to the left of it. What makes a bull 180 so powerful? It's a clearing event. You see? Why Facebook stop going down? Why Facebook stop going down? Clearing event. You see? This event clears out. Why is it clearing? Once again, it is eliminating multiple bars of the opposite color. It's clearing them out. Okay. So if you are fighting these clearing events, you're usually going to lose. You know, you hang on to a play after a clearing event, you usually lose, not all the time. Well, MU was really impressive turnaround this today. Is there anybody playing that, by the way? Very impressive. Beautiful. All right, guys. Well, listen, that's it for me, guys. I'm gonna hit the gym, then go do a little bit of bike riding around South Beach. Yeah. I will see you guys the next time. Enjoy the rest of your trading day. Always good to be back in the United States. Yes. Boom. Talk to you later.